Hello and welcome back. This is Tyrell V8
And Codeman.
We're broadcasting live from the vault, and our stars look. That looks like us up there in space.
It does.
I have just turned on the comments, so comment away if you would like. We are in the middle of doing a review of Mega Man X 4. It is a bundle in here with Mega Man X 1 through 8. This particular game, you could choose between either one of these two characters. We chose to be on the Mega Man adventure because we've been reviewing Mega Man games, so why not? This trophy that just popped up is called Promise Me Zero, which is kind of cute. Alright, there will be spoilers.
Yeah.
Because there's actually kind of a storyline to talk about.
The battle has ended, yet somehow X doesn't feel quite right. What caused all those robots to turn into Mavericks? Will it happen to me someday? Has X just realized his tragic destiny? It appears that X will one have to solve the mystery.
Soon. Another trophy.
For doing nothing.
True hero.
I would agree with that. Yeah, that's true of us in this game.
We were going to sacrifice ourselves. Just saying. To win. To save the planet.
We talked about it, yeah. General did it.
But we didn't need to. Someone else did for us.
Yes.
I like your hoodie mask combo.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I kind of don't mind it as well. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's use... I think current data is the only data. So, a quick overview of how we do reviews. We have 13 categories we go through, and then we judge those 13 categories with 10 different...
The 1 through 10 scale, basically.
Yeah. 10 being top tier, it is awesome, it's a classic, a must-have, yay star, and 1 being a punishment, why am I being put through this? Both are fairly rare, although we're more on the optimistic side, usually.
Yeah.
So, that being said, we then do the average, add it all up, divide it by the number, and we get our score. Then we add up our number and divide that by 2 and get our vault score.
Right.
The first category for Mega Man X4 is marketing. Marketing.
Marketing.
Let's go to a quieter level too.
I gave it right off the bat a 7. And the reason behind that is I don't know much about this game. We're going to talk about these things in other categories, but right what I can see, it's colorful. They had a cartoon interspliced in between the storylines that kind of was amusing and sad. So it sparked my interest of marketing. For what I know, this is the 4th one in the series of 4, so they had to know they'd make some money off of this game. So I would say a 7. It does the job. It did what it needed to do. And they made 4 more after this. 4 more games, so...
Yeah, I'm also going to give it a 7. Because of... I know we're not on the storyline part right now. However, they spliced in, I believe, parts of the Japanese cartoon in it. And that alone, like, bumps up the marketing because they were using a different source that's already popular to, like, push this game. So, it's also kind of clever. Maybe I'll get an 8 just because of that.
Yeah.
Bumping you up, guys, to exceed expectations. You went out of your way for that one. Category 2 is the graphics.
I was pleased with the graphics. I thought that they were in the progression of Mega Man games, they tend to get better after, regular Mega Man X, or regular Mega Man 1 and 2, they're kind of, old school. But after that, each game gets a little bit better. And they did some things in this game. We talked about, at least in the boss levels, how when you hit a boss, they all kind of look different. They went out of their way to make them look like the faded signal or TV interference, and just creative touches like that. Also, in terms of the game design, they don't have any empty space. They really thought about how this game looks. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
Nice. I gave it a 7. We have a tendency, both Codeman and I, to mix up graphics and art. And so I'm probably doing that again. So I try and make sure that I'm giving one of them the score that I think at least one of them should have. And graphics, I'm just giving graphics 7 because it's actually the lower of the two scores. Because it's kind of an 8-bitty game. I mean, it's more of like a 32-bit or something. Which we have better technology than that, but they're choosing to use this just because it is a Mega Man game. So a 7 does the job. I think it just does the job. But then, to go to our next category, that is art.
For that one, just for the sheer purpose or sole fact that they used the Japanese cartoon and made it part of this game, I think that makes the art at least a little bit better than I could have expected. So I'm giving art an 8 as well.
Dang, 8 across the board, huh?
No, I gave marketing a 7.
Oh, nice.
A little variance, but...
I am giving art a 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, I really enjoy the anime insert, and even though they are using... This is where the hardness of graphics and art comes in. Even though they're using like the 32-bit art, I love how they're using it. They do fill up all of the screen. The backgrounds are really awesome.
Also, a lot of unique power-ups in this one. And being able to charge your different power-ups and showing really cool weapon use.
Yeah.
Like the web was a cool one, the fire was awesome.
Yeah.
And the functionality of those graphics, like lifting you up or bouncing off the web.
Yeah, being able to like climb on the web, that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay. Category 4 is the time. How long did it take, and was it comfortable for what you wanted or expected in this particular type of game?
I would surmise that based on all of the Mega Man we've played, this was the most tight, I won't say shortest, but it's the most tight game we've played. And so for timing, for me, that's what I want when I play. I want tightness. I don't want to feel like I'm making a ton of mistakes. I gave it a 10.
Ooh, wow.
I gave it a 10. I thought it was really that good. That's just personal preference.
Nice. I was swaying between a 7 and an 8, and I think you brought me up to an 8 with your 10. It was inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Number 5 category is the storyline. Ooh.
Yeah, I gave it a 9.
I'm also giving it a 9. Why for you?
They kept it with the same themes of like the sentient robot, war. It was basically the same as all the other Mega Man games, but it had little variances like the Repliforce army. It had some creative characters like Double and the General, and just the fact that you could play between Zero or Mega Man. It sort of mirrors the fact, like, what is the original Mega Man? Who can you sometimes play? It's Mega Man or a red guy.
I think that's also Zero.
No, it's not Zero.
Trouble?
No, Trouble's like the dog. Bass and Trouble are like the dog.
Bass. No. Might be Bass.
No, it's the red guy. I want to say like Reactor Man or like Repliman. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, like Guts Man?
Nope, not Guts Man. He's our friend. He appears in a bunch of games, and right before he comes on, he has a theme, and it's like a whistle. It's like...
Oh, yeah, with the scarf.
Yes, that guy. In the later original Mega Man games, you could play as him, too. You could choose.
Right, Proto Man.
Proto Man, yes, thank you. That was awesome. Anyway, 9 for storyline. Got way off on the tangent.
Yeah. And like I said, I also gave a 9. It was like every other Mega Man game, but more in the aspect of you knew what to expect. but then you weren't expecting so much more that I gave you because we've played already 13, 14 of these, and it's kind of been, we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And we got that, but then we also got a storyline. There's never been really a storyline. Maybe in one other one, they have like one-note story turns.
Yeah, it's never very involved.
Right, and this one actually had movies, sequences.
Yeah.
So, anyway, 9, and the next category is characters.
I gave this a 9 as well. And the reasoning I'm going to talk about kind of some graphic choices with the character, but I really thought that the Sigma Death, original incarnation of Sigma Death, was awesome. I loved just the so simplistic but also terrifying look of him.
And then the burning off the rag.
Yeah, that was cool. Also that face, they called it Earth Sigma, it's just lying on the ground. That's kind of scary too. I don't know. I just thought that was cool. It was a little bit different. Usually when you do Wily or even past Sigmas, it's just the first Sigma and then the second Sigma, or the first Wily and then Wily Machine or whatever.
Right. And it's usually the same type of thing too.
But then they kind of mixed them up here, and they had 3 times in them. It wasn't hard, but it was also kind of fun to do.
And on the third one, there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna copy you on your 9. It's funny because a lot of the excitement from this game is the repetitiveness of the first 13 that we've already played.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they didn't do anything too outrageous, but because we didn't expect it to happen, it's like, whoa! You had a character that backstabbed the whole crew, and it's like what?
I think this is the first Mega Man that has violence of that nature and also has a swear. This Mega Man says damn.
He does say damn. Because they're reaching different audiences.
Sprayed everywhere. Double went crazy.
Oh, category. I'm not sure what number this is. Gameplay.
I'm giving it an 8 because I didn't think anything was super hard about it.
Category.
It was all moves that we had kind of been practicing before in other Mega Man games. That's simply, but I liked it. I thought it was better than it could have been. I'm not changing my answer.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about changing it, but I don't want to change it.
I'm trying to think too, because I also confuse gameplay with control functions, and I think, okay, so I am going to give it an 8.
Somehow.
I was going to go 7, but I really enjoy the web aspect where you can jump off of that, and I wish that was used throughout other of the weapons, because then it might have been a more solid 8. Because, yeah, you're right, it does do the job, and so I would have put it at 7 had that been the case. But some of the things you can use a little bit more than you could, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
But difficulty.
I'm giving it an 8.
An 8.
And the reason is it wasn't difficult, and on this one it's like, how do I judge this? Like, do I give it a high mark if I find it pleasingly easy? Not necessarily, but the difficulty here wasn't detracting me from liking the game. So it exceeded my expectations. I actually toyed with giving it that part of 10.
Ooh, whoa.
Because I always think of things in terms of television, and in terms of attention span. Like, we're filming these episodes, we want them to be entertaining, but we don't want to have, say, 3 episodes in a row that are an hour long each, doing the same thing over and over, which we've done before. And so when I think about gameplay and the difficulty, kind of combined, actually, I give it an 8.
Nice. I think a 6 for difficulty.
Ooh.
Between difficulty and time, it's a hard judgment because, you know, the more difficult it is, the more time it's going to take. And
Yeah.
I appreciated how short it, like, you can sit down and kind of play it in one sitting. However, it was kind of like you're just smashing into things and running through it all, like, a lot of the times, because we have it on rookie mode where some of the hits don't actually hurt you or do anything. And so there were a lot of aspects where you're just like plowing through and
You're,
just like...
you're punishing the game for that. Like, you're doing a mistake. I'm not studying the debate, but I'm just saying. I think this might be one of my favorite Mega Man. This one.
Yeah.
It'll be up there.
Yeah, you know, I guess
Sorry,
I should.
I'm not trying to
No,
you, but...
no, I'll give it a 7. I'll bump it up 1 for that.
Okay.
Category, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, category 9 is control functions. I give it a 7. It does the job. It does what all the other Mega Man games did. It has the bumpers, change your powers if you want to, or you can go to the screen. You start to select your weird. You know, one thing they did change, and I really appreciate this. They probably don't know how much I appreciate it. But in the beginning of the game screen, you can actually just press X instead of fucking pressing start. I don't know why it bothers me so much.
Sure, yeah.
Why you have to like scroll down and then press start and then part of it.
Hey, anything to influence the score. I'm giving control functions a 7. I don't know if I'm just in a generous mood. I'm tempted to always bump these scores up tonight. I'm giving it a 7 because I didn't like the fact that when you were on the start screen, you had to press X to select the weapon before you went away from the start screen. That bothered me. It screwed me up a couple times. Also, I forgot about the bumpers in this game. When you hit left or right trigger, you can go right to the power you want. But I kind of always forget about that. I'm not sure why. 7, but I was tempted to give it higher again. None of the control functions, actually I'm bumping it up to an 8. And the reason is, I'm just doing one higher. There was no lag in this game. Other Mega Man games, you had lag with jumps or controller problems. Actually, since we've been on this disc of the Legacy Collection, I don't think we've had any problems with controls. Extremely at all.
Yeah, that was an issue.
That could be the other regular Mega Man. But, 8 control function, final answer.
Nice. Okay, category 10 is music. Now, we've only been on this one level. It's so hard to play and talk at the same time, even though that is what we do.
Actually, I'll play for a little bit.
Sure.
Just to kind of like,
I gave music a 9.
I did too.
There wasn't any soundtrack that I was like, oh, this is the classic that I would give it a 10. But everything is enjoyable. Like, it's just very good soundtrack. You said also 9?
I did. There was more than like 3 times where I was like, I really dig in the sound, or it's suspenseful enough for the scene.
Ooh, yeah, the suspenseful ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a couple boss ones that I was like, okay. Speaking of suspensefulness, category 11 is moods. What you got for that?
I'm giving it a 10.
10?
Nope, 9. I'm giving it a 9. And the reason is, I think the mood of this game is a lot darker than Mega Man.
Nice. Yeah.
A lot of the other Mega Man, so
I too
I
gave
just
it
appreciated that.
a
And
9.
everything else about the mood, the music, the graphics, everything that contributes to a mood in the game, I liked.
I also gave it a 9. It kind of, like, you can tell by this review, we're a little hyped up by it.
We're impressed with it.
It was fun. Maybe it was a release from 3, and yet had all these different expectations broken from the other first 13. So I think a lot of combinations went into the simple hype we have for this game, because it's not like groundbreaking, but for Mega Man it is.
Right. I struggled on that. Right.
Category 12 is lessons. Ooh. I gave it an 8. Normally, it's a 7 for Mega Man because there is no lesson. They don't have any type of storyline really, and and honestly, I can't tell you what the lesson is.
I was gonna say, I'm giving it a 7 because I don't think there is a lesson.
There was something in there about the government and robots and Mavericks and like being misled by the.
That's what it looks like to die in this game.
Like, the Mavericks didn't want to be Mavericks. People were calling them Mavericks. And so they were like...
It was like everyone was accusing everybody of being evil, but nobody was. And then...
We're gonna give you what you want, basically. It was very weird.
Yeah.
And then there was world domination, destruction. Mm-hmm. There's also something there with the cyberspace peacock, multiple eye, big brother thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which brings us to our last category. Overall. Just overall. How do you?
Overall, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Ooh.
Because I think I was pleased with a lot of aspects of the game. I didn't have too many complaints. I thought they did some cool things with the graphics. You know, I'm old school, so 8. And I really felt like this game really had a just want to say this isn't really a good score, but I liked it. An arcade feel to it. Just like a regular old arcade. There's some sort of nostalgia there for you regarding that. So I'm saying 8. 8,
nice.
Folks.
Interesting.
8.
For me, overall, like, I give it a 9. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a quick run through, and yet if you wanted to do more with it, there's more to explore. I am kind of curious of playing the game as Zero. Yeah.
I wonder, are the power-ups different?
Right, I know.
Are they completely different? Yeah, who knows?
I guess I'd be disappointed if that wasn't the case. Or if they went slightly different or something, but I don't know. So let's add up our scores.
Let's add them up. I'm gonna do them my phone.
I have 6 9s in here.
Oh wow, I have 4 9s. I'm pulling out my calculator because I'm not good with math. Like this.
I'm okay with that.
This is where we play the Jeopardy theme song.
Yeah.
And wait for us to tabulate a score.
I only have 3 different numbers to add up.
I think I did too. No, that's 4.
Okay. However, division, I cannot do without a little help from my friend, the calculator. This is gonna be a nice score for Mega Man X.
So we divided by 13?
Yes. And I have my score. And I'll add yours when we're ready to announce.
Okay.
My score is an 8.23.
My score is a 7.77. How's that possible?
So an 8.
An 8.
8.0003.
And it didn't exceed my expectations, but not very good at it.
Yeah.
So not a low one. 8. Let's just bump it up to an 8.
Yep, that I'm always pleased with our scoring process. Like by the time we figure out the end score, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I could Hellblade is such a low score, I cannot stand that game. Such a death game.
Did you ever finish it?
Oh, no, and I probably should. Because I can be so feisty sometimes. Like,
I've done that, I don't like it. You get that feisty, and you get my number 9. I don't like it.
Yeah. Which is, you know, kind of like, we just played Mega Man X3, and that was a similar frustration of, like, just hitting this wall over and over and over again. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the overjoy of Mega Man X4.
Having a game with just pretty through.
Yeah, liked it a lot. X, I mean, 8 is a great score for the Vault games. We usually have about a 7-ish.
For Mega Man, yeah. Yeah, that's been kind of the trend.
So for it to be slightly higher than most of the Mega Man games is how it goes. I think Mega Man 1 is our highest score, just because it is a classic.
Yeah.
And it should
And
be.
it's 6 bosses, so.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard the one that has 6 bosses. Elect Man.
Electman.
Elect Man. Can you spell it all the way out? You're so stingy on your letters.
So we will actually be done with disc 1 now and moving on to disc 2.
Hope it's not scratched.
Hope it's not scratched. Yeah, the box is already like broken
Oh, yeah, see.
into obliteration. It just like literally fell a foot off of the sofa onto the ground and exploded.
Oh, yeah, they're like glass. These PS4 boxes.
But
Like glass.
yeah, join us next time for Mega Man X5.
I was looking up a little bit about that while we were on our break.
X5?
X5, and I'm really excited
Ooh.
for it.
I know nothing.
And there's a weapon called Tri Thunder.
We've had that before.
You have?
Yep.
No way.
Yeah, it's 3 balls that go around you and shoot lightning in different directions.
But it's not called Tri Thunder, so maybe it's a different thing, right?
It was called Try Something.
Well,
Try Lightning, maybe?
in Capcom's defense, they have to recycle stuff.
I guess, yeah.
You know?
We'll see, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
that's it too.
Alrighty, this is Tyrell BA,
And Code Man.
signing off from the vault in our stars. I don't know where the controller went. You're stuck, we're stuck live, oh no. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're stuck live.
Join us next time, peace!